You're simply the best. Better than all the rest.
Hello, welcome back to the channel, it's JPA here. In today's video I'm going to be discussing Rangers' really impressive win over Lincoln Red Imps from yesterday. Just before we get into this video, if you want to hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and we'll try and push this, aiming for 250 subscribers by the end of the season. It's going to be a long hard push to get that, but I'm on 212, so surely between now and the end of the season we can really push for that, guys. Really appreciate the support you have given me over the couple of years that I've been doing this, and I'll just get straight into this video, guys. The game finished Lincoln Red Imps 0, Rangers 5. Really good result, and if you look at that result without watching the game you'd think we absolutely pummeled them. Not quite the case. It was pretty much a training exercise, if you will, and I don't really mean any disrespect towards Lincoln Red Imps for that. I just felt we didn't really get out of first or second gear, really. We didn't really have to struggle to get the goals. For me it really felt like an SPL game, if I'm really honest, because we're playing on a plastic pitch for one. They sat in for long periods of time and tried to defend. But to be fair to them, when they got possession of the ball they did go forward and they did try and create something. But we managed to sniff them out fairly comfortably. I thought there was maybe a couple of times where maybe, particularly in the first half, where Tav maybe got pulled out of position, and then later on in the second half young Nathan Patterson got pulled out of position, and I thought he was getting a wee bit of hard time in the commentary, and I thought, well, you've got to remember he's a young lad and he's doing his best. It was obviously a difficult game to come into because obviously it's a European tie and he's not really played that before. But as I say, first maybe opening 20 minutes I thought we were pretty good, moved the ball around well, and we obviously had to try and break them down as much as we possibly could. First goal came from James Tavernier from a free kick. I think it was actually Hadji. Bit of clever play on the edge of the area. Gets fouled, pulled in, and Tav steps up to take the free kick. Now, obviously in my previous video, my prediction video, I'd predicted 5-0, and I also predicted Borna Barisic to score a free kick. Now, it was Tavernier that scored that, but let's be fair here. It is a wing back or a full back who scored a free kick, so I'm kind of taking that one as a win for that. But it was a really good finish for James Tavernier. So 21 minutes in and we're 1-0 up. So after that initial goal, we did pile the pressure on for maybe 5-10 minutes after that, and then it kind of slowed down a little bit. I don't know if that was maybe their tactic to just try and slow things down and not let us build any play, but we didn't really have a lot of penetration, if you like, into the final third. A couple of misplaced passes here and there, and we didn't quite create enough. We had a couple of chances for I think Itten, Roof had a chance, but nothing really solid. Just before half time, just before we got the second goal, Roof went off with an injury. It looks like a calf injury, but hopefully it's just a case of keeping him wrapped up in cotton wool, taking him straight off, because we were 1-0 up at that point. You could probably tell that we were going to score more goals later on in this game, so it was pretty much a risk to keep him on the park, obviously given that surface. So we took him off, and as soon as he limped off I'm thinking, right, get Morelos in there straight, like for like swap, but he didn't do that. Gerrard, he put on Patterson, shuffled the pack a bit and put Tavernier at right wing. So for 3-4 minutes we got to see James Tavernier have a wee go on that right hand side, which a lot of people have been screaming it for years, for the last couple of years anyway, that Tav should probably be pushed forward. He didn't get a real opportunity to get at the full backs really, but just on half time we got our second goal. This time another free kick, and I think it was Hadji again involved. Won the free kick on the far side on the left. Borna Barisic, who else, swung it in, and Connor Goldson met it. Pretty powerful header, but he wasn't really marked, to be honest. Really good finish from Connor Goldson, and we ended up going into half time 2-0 up. So it's that second half, and for some reason I missed this. I don't know if I was maybe texting on my phone or something, or away at the toilet or something, but for some reason I missed the substitution. Morelos came on. Now I don't know if that was straight at half time or a couple of minutes into the second half, but he was substituted for James Tavernier. No injury or anything like that. It was just pretty much resting James Tavernier. We had obviously Patterson on the pitch at that point anyway, so we just kind of reshuffled the front three and put Morelos in the middle. I think it was maybe Hadji that pulled wide, I'm sure. In fact, sorry, it was Itten. Itten was still on at that point, so he was still wide. The game for me, the next 10-15 minutes again, came a little bit stretched, and it was actually them that created a chance. I think it was a free kick from the edge area that came in, and for some reason George Edmondson, who had actually caused the free kick, dived out of the way, just kind of ducked under the ball, and I think it spun off Connor Goldson, fell to their player for point blank range. They've hit the shot, and who else but Alan McGregor stops it. Absolute world class save. Now, he's done this a number of times in Europe, and I suspect that's probably why he was called in to this game, because it is a European game and he just tends to play his best football in these fixtures. I think obviously McLaughlin has played really, really well in goal for us, but it was nice to see McGregor get in a game, and that's the kind of thing he's in for, to stop the kind of shots. And it wasn't until the 67th minute where we got our third goal. Just before that, we'd got a free kick, and Defoe came on for Itten. It was a little bit of a strange substitution for me, because we'd just won the free kick, and you're expecting, right, swing it in. We've got Itten there, big tall guy, to maybe attack the ball, but no, we take big tall Itten off for the free kick and put wee small Jermaine Defoe on. Didn't really make much sense, but it did actually work out in the end, because they probably were, the defenders maybe took their focus off the goal scorer Morelos and put it onto Jermaine Defoe. And obviously the cross came in from the free kick, and it's met by Greg Stewart, and instead of heading it towards the keeper, which I think he had done previously, maybe like 5-10 minutes before that, where he maybe should have played Morelos in, this time he gets it back over and Morelos volleys it in. And now, don't get me wrong, it was a tap in for 2-3 yards, but it was still a volley in my eyes, and I think the commentators kind of took the shine off it a little bit, because I really thought it was a really good move from Morelos, good movement, and ultimately good finish, and what is an anagram of volley, lovely, and I thought it was a lovely goal. 3-0. So we're at 3-0, and we kept pushing for another couple of goals. We created another couple of wee half chances, nothing really clinical to kind of talk about and really talk about the chance. It wasn't until the 84th minute, 6 minutes to go, Jermaine Defoe, and it fell to Hadji, and I think he went to turn and hit it, but it kind of just bounced off his foot and landed perfectly to Jermaine Defoe, who on the spin, I think we've seen it so many times, even at Rangers, where he just gets his back to the goal, finds his feet, he's quick turn, and he hits it in the opposite corner. Really, really good finish for Jermaine Defoe, and it's great to see. How many minutes was it? I'll actually try and get this here. Less than 20 minutes and Jermaine Defoe's back at scoring. Brilliant. And just 4 minutes later we wrapped it up. Really good. I was thinking, 4-0, I'm not far off my perfect result that I initially predicted. And Morelos gets put through clean on goal. Normally he just probably would just low hard and smash it. But for some reason Morelos is playing slightly different to what he usually does, and he just dinked it over the goalkeeper for 5-0. Really, really tidy finish, and I thought the finishing was really, really of a high standard in this game. I know some of the football wasn't quite at its best, but do you know what? If we're not quite playing at our best and we're still winning 5-0 and still getting a clean sheet, I'm really happy with that. But in conclusion, not entirely happy with the overall performance. I thought we probably could have worked harder for it, but I don't want to be too critical because we won 5-0, and as I say, we've got a clean sheet. Just imagine how good this result could have been if we were firing on all cylinders. Imagine that at a packed Ibrox, for example, with fans in the stadium screaming. I think we probably could have hammered them 10-0 easily. In terms of my man of the match, I was actually going to go for James Tavernier. I thought he had a really good first half, but given that he only played 45-46 minutes, I can't really give him the man of the match award because he didn't play the full match. Thought Morelos was good. Probably going to go for Hadji. I thought he was involved in every single goal. and his movement was really good. His passing was a lot sharper than it has been in recent weeks. So I'm going to give it to him, but let me know what you guys think down below. So just before I go, I'm going to wrap this up, but I'll just say, you obviously know this, but next week we're playing Willem 2 from Holland. That's our next game in this qualifying round. Played on the 24th of September, which is next Thursday. If we get through, the draw has now been made that we're going to play either Hajduk Split or Galatasaray. Now if you'd said to me Galatasaray maybe 6-7 years ago, I'd have been bricking it. I think they're a really top side. In recent years I don't think they've been as good, but they're still a good team. I think the only plus side for us is that this game will be at Ibrox, and there's no fans, so I mean, imagine going away leg in Turkey, for example. Their fans over there are absolutely mental, and it's a really hostile environment. So I'm glad we're not going to be in that environment. At this point I can't see any fans being inside Ibrox either, but it's good that it's home time and not having to travel all the way over there. Or Hajduk Split, for example. I mean, I'm kind of just disregarding them because I'm expecting Galatasaray to win, but equally Hajduk Split are a good team, and they're equally as dangerous, if you like. But looking at the teams we could have had like say Tottenham, and there wasn't a lot of easy ties in there. Got to be honest, I expected easier ties given how we've played in the last couple of years in Europe. Expected easier qualification, but apparently it goes in the last 5 years. Given the fact that in the last 5 years we've only really played in Europe for 3 years, obviously you can't count Pedro Caixinha's embarrassment against Progress Nedicorn because it was only 2 matches. So you've got to only really count Gerrard's efforts in Europe to get us as high as we can. Obviously, I'm just going to wrap this up. Thank you very much for watching. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Cheers guys.